From making mistakes, to fixing them, all just to make them again, this Blackpink Born Pink tour has been a roller coaster of events. From Jennie forgetting choreography, to her tripping, and almost breaking her ankle again, like this was about to be 2018 all over again. Then Jisoo, forgetting choreography, not once, but twice. Their Dallas performance, just like the rest of their other performances, has been full of mistakes and mishaps, but hey, it's not a true Blackpink performance if there's no mistakes or slip-ups. So enough rambling, let's get into these questionable performances. Kicking off their Day 1 performance at Dallas, they performed How You Like That, and Pretty Savage. During their How You Like That performance, towards the ending, Jennie gets offbeat, making the whole group look unsynchronized. But hey, at least for their Pretty Savage performance, Jennie and Rose actually executes the choreography properly this time. After 2 whole concerts of them butchering the choreography, this was a big improvement. But then, during their Pink Venom performance, also towards the ending, this time, it was Jisoo who ruined the group performance. Not only was she offbeat, but she completely forgot the choreography. You can see her looking at Lisa for help, trying to figure out what move to do next. She did this exact same thing on their first day performance at Seoul. During their Type of Girl performance, she was completely off track, performing the wrong part of their choreography, while her other members were on track. Jisoo is already not the best dancer or performer in her group. Even with the small improvements she has made over the years, she's still not as good as her other members. Every member of Blackpink can outperform Jisoo easily. If you put her up against Lisa in a performance, Lisa would make a fool out of her. So with that being said, if you know you are already not the best performer in your group, the least you can do is remember simple choreography. Also, you can't just butcher your group performances, then perform well during your solo. That's just unfair to the group. Anyways, going back to their Day 1 Dallas performance, during their Forever Young performance, Jisoo once again forgets the choreography. Then towards the ending of their performance, Jennie forgets their entire choreography and just starts improvising. The funniest thing about this moment right here is that you truly don't know how bad they are performing until you look at their backup dancers. Blackpink is the only girl group I know whose backup dancers outperform them. How do you let your own backup dancers outperform you? That's just embarrassing. This whole clip made me laugh so hard. You look at the whole group, especially Jennie, giving us nothing, then you look at their backup dancers, and they're the ones performing like rent is due. Then on Day 2 of their Dallas performance, Jennie trips over air, lets out a scream and falls. Then a few moments goes by, and Blackpink starts talking and interacting with their fans. Jennie points out that she fell. Everybody couldn't see it. Then she says nobody should post the video online because it was embarrassing.
I lost balance and it hurt, but yeah, you guys didn't see that, okay? Promise.
Anyways, let's talk about their solo performances, starting off with Lisa. Now, a few days ago, I had posted a TikTok video, and in the video I posted, it had a short clip of Lisa pole dancing during her solo performance. A pole dancer had stitched my video, and she basically explained how rough Lisa's pole dancing was, and how she wasn't doing it correctly. To pole dancing on stage, and
as your resident K-pop fan and pole dancer, I'm gonna comment on this. So firstly, I do love Blackpink, and I didn't see all of their performance, but from that little clip, Lisa's pole dancing was kind of rough. And I'm wondering why that is, considering that she's usually a very strong dancer. And especially because the backup pole dancers on either side of her have perfect technique. But I would say from that little clip, the choices are either she has absolutely no upper body strength to speak of. In pole, doing a fan kick like that, you should be holding the pole here, not with your arm, not hanging on your arm like that. Or she learned that yesterday, which would apparently serve the theory of this concert being very thrown together. Also, her knees were very bent, which would indicate to me that either she's just, again, learned this very quickly, or her core isn't strong enough to lift her legs that high. Yeah, I was interested to see this, especially because K-pop has done pole correctly before with After School. But what did you think?
And she was actually right. This is how you properly do a pole dancing fan kick, versus how Lisa was doing it. Plus, like the girl said in her video, the backup dancers had perfect technique and was executing the move perfectly while Lisa was struggling, which honestly makes me question if they even properly prepared for this tour. because the way everything has been poorly executed, it seems like this whole tour was rushed. Another thing that bothers me about Lisa's solo performance is how she barely sings live. Like during her performance she will randomly shout a few words, then go back to dancing. Like her solo performance is basically a dance performance, like, that mic is just there for decoration, because she doesn't even utilize it. Her and Jennie do this a lot for their solo performance, they either lip sync or just don't bother singing at all. And it's like, if I wanted to watch y'all dance, I would. Just go watch y'all dance practice videos. I want a performance where you are actually dancing and singing live, kinda like Jisoo. One thing that makes Jisoo's solo performance good is that she is actually singing live throughout her performance. Hopefully in their future performances during this tour, they actually start utilizing their mics and start singing live. As for Jennie's solo performance, besides the annoying lip singing, her performance has been pretty much the same, but this time she made a few adjustments. During the ending of her performance, her male dancer slowly caressed her neck, spicing up her performance a bit. This honestly made her performance a lot better, and made the part with her and the male dancer seem more intimate. I mean, this is a love song after all. But all in all, Blackpink's performance in Dallas wasn't really better, or an improvement, from their questionable performance at Seoul. At this point, I'm starting to think that this tour is curse, or something, because I have never seen a K-pop group make this many mistakes consistently, back to back, while on tour performing. Like the way the girls are performing, you would think this was a rookie group. But this is literally Blackpink 6 years into their careers, and that's even more disturbing. It's like as the years go by, the girls are regressing. In my last video I made, I genuinely thought the girls have improved, since they corrected a lot of their mistakes and issues they had on their day one Seoul performance, but unfortunately I guess I was wrong. Blackpink is very inconsistent, and that's the worst quality an artist can have. They give you a decent performance one day, then the worst performance of their life the next day. Their biggest kryptonite and downfall will be their inconsistency. Actually, let me rephrase that, because that's kinda unfair towards Lisa. Lisa has been the only one so far in her group that has been consistent with her performances over the last few performances they have had during this tour. Besides her horrible pole dancing technique, she's been the only one that hasn't slipped up on stage or made a mistake. She's been consistent, delivering good performances back to back to back. That's why I don't understand why the other members slips up on stage so much. Like, if Lisa can give us good performances consistently, why can't y'all? And don't get me wrong, I completely understand that all the members have weak points and strong points. For example, Lisa is a great dancer, great performer, she has an amazing stage presence, but she lacks significantly in the vocal department. She's not a great singer at all. Meanwhile, Jisoo is a great vocalist, she's a good singer. Her and Rosé carries the group vocally, but she's not the best dancer. That's why it is important as an artist to try to improve your weak spots, because just because you're not exceptionally amazing at something doesn't still give you an excuse to go on stage and give the worst performance of your life and make a bunch of mistakes, because at the end of the day, it just ends up bringing your whole group down and making everybody look a mess. Because best believe when you are solo and nobody is there to pick up your dead weight, you are going to give your all into your performances. And it's so funny because the girls only make these mistakes during their group performances, but give a decent performance during their solos.